This is our second podcast, and today I am joined by Col Daljeet Singh Cheema. Col Cheema requires no introduction. He has authored as much as 21 books and has written a number of articles in the newspapers, and currently he is busy doing social services, guiding the youngsters who want to join the civil services.
Thank you, Manjeet. Thank you for having me.
Col Cheema, before we start, just give an idea about your books.
All right. You see, during the sunset years, I believe it is very important for anyone like me that he or she should be sharing whatever one has over the years acquired. And I believe if you have some fragrance in your personality, that fragrance must be spread and it can't be controlled and it can't be kept within you. I started writing somewhere in 1999 when I took premature retirement. After that, my first book was about operation research, which is a subject being taught in MBA as well as in engineering discipline. So that was my first book, and I was approached by one publisher from Delhi, Lakshmi Publishers. Because of my management background, I have done my MBA as well as post-graduation engineering. So I wrote that book and it did very well. Then that encouraged me and I started writing more. So I went into the field of management, self-help, and recently, in the past 3-4 years, I've been writing about Sikhism. Anything related with, I belong to the Sikh faith. So as a born Sikh, I have understood that Sikh faith is not correctly interpreted by most of the people. Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikhism, is not seen as a spiritual leader and a great reformer. He is constrained within the idea of being only a religious teacher. वो सिर्फ religious teacher नहीं थे. He was more than that. और so I first try to say something about all one must know about the Sikh faith. It has a glossary and it tells you all what is there in the Sikh faith, basic tenets and everything. Then I translated Japji Sahib, the most important, prayer of the Sikhs, which is said in the morning. And it is a unique translation in the sense that it is with Gurmukhi, it is written in Roman. Then I have given the glossary of difficult words. And after that, an idea of what the next pauri or what next step says, and then simple translation as a simple man. So that is one. Then we came out with the book on military history of the Sikhs. Now, for this book, I will join by my co-author, Mr. Jashandeep Singh Kang, who is a PCS officer, and he is a historian. So both of us joined hand, and this book has done exceedingly well. And when this book was released, at one point of time, this book was among the 50 best history books of the world on Amazon. It was trending like that. It did very well. Now on 15th of November 2024 was the 555th birthday of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So I thought, why not celebrate that great man's birth anniversary? So I organized an interfaith harmony symposium. All religions, all faiths, the very senior people from all faiths were connected. We discussed why there is a urgent need of having dialogue between different faiths. And then my book 101 Divine Thoughts of Guru Nanak Dev Ji was also released. So in all, I have authored 21 books. I am very proud of one of the books, which is about knowledge management, which 15 years back was a virgin area comparatively, and that book reached Labasana, Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy there also, and because of that I am invited there also by them.
So Col Cheema, what actually prompted you to write books on Sikhism? Do you think that the history was twisted by some vested interests? I am talking about the harmony between the Hindus and the Sikhs.
Yes, you see, I felt my tradition, my people of my generation and my age group, they are the last link between what Sikhism was and what Sikhism will be. So the new generation, they hardly know anything about it. So I think as a trustee of the unique kind of culture and Sikh history, it is my responsibility to pass it on to the next generation, who should become the custodian of this, and then they should pass it on to the next generation. And recent happenings, of course, the social harmony has been at, there is a stress in the social harmony. And I felt that writing about a faith which was faith of love, compassion, peace, universal brotherhood, that is Sikh faith. Sikh faith is a faith of love and compassion, peace. I mean, it is a different thing how it transformed from Guru Nanak Dev Ji to Guru Gobind Singh, and how a Khalsa was created by Guru Gobind Singh because of various reasons which he was forced to take on the sword in his hand. Otherwise, Guru Gobind Singh himself was a man of peace and love and compassion. And you read what he wrote, and then you realize that he was truly, though a military genius he was forced to become a military genius. But otherwise, he was a great philosopher, poet, and perhaps the most charismatic personality in the world history. So that man sacrificed so much for the mankind that is such a unique kind of example. So I was, after reading the history, I thought it is such a wonderful background. And in any case, Manjeet ji, looking back to see the future is a great idea, and as long as you can learn from that. So I thought, let people understand what this was, and so that we tread cautiously on the path in future.
Colonel Cheema, one of your books is about management. It means managing the things without management. What is that?
Though I have done my post-graduation in management and all, what I felt is that most of the management literature, which is of course come from East and America and European countries, and from there it has come, most of the literature, even our case studies, most of them are from there. Now I thought that some of the concepts which are simple and most of us use them in day-to-day life, actually those concepts have been made so difficult for ordinary person, ordinary boy and girl, the learner to understand. So why not make it simplified? So what I have tried to do is that there are simple, practical, ideas which can be used by, and you don't have to be an MBA to become a good manager. A good manager is, you see them all around. Housewife is a great manager. Similarly, all of us are managers. Only thing is that you have to follow certain principles of whether it is efficiency and effectiveness and proper utilization of resources. Ultimately, what is management about? Management is conversion of resources into useful desired results. So how do you convert those resources which are available to you, whether it is manpower, or it is the material, or it is the time as the resource, are these to be used in a particular operating environment, and then converting those resources into results which you want. So what it involves is basically common sense, and that is why I feel that you don't have to be an MBA to be able to manage things.
You have been guiding these civil services aspirants. You regularly go to New Delhi. Yeah. You have been guiding the Punjab Public Service Commission aspirants as well. So what is your viewpoint about the students who are appearing in civil services, and what should they do so they get selected and chosen? And
you see, most of the youth I come across, I go to many colleges, institutions, universities, and of course I am a regular faculty at Mahatma Gandhi State Institute of Public Administration, Punjab. And I have conducted about maybe more than 400, 500 UPSC mock interviews. I have authored a book, How to Win at Interviews. And when I interact with these boys and girls, or even in schools and colleges, and I ask them, what do you want to be in future? I am shocked that 90% of them want to become IAS or IPS officers. In one of the interviews, I got a MTech in computer science from IIT Bombay, which is considered the best in computer science.
What is the difference between the present day aspirants, civil services aspirants, and the students who you used to witness a decade ago or 2 decades ago?
All right. You see, basic difference जो है ना, वो ये रहा है कि the present generation has lost the focus. They are all very ambitious, they are all very bright, they are sharper than what used to be the younger boys and girls earlier. They are much sharper, better informed because of the computer and digitalization and AI coming in now. All that goes in their favor. However, the kind of social media time which they allot, one is that, and their focus is that though they are ambitious, they want the things quickly. They want them to be there without putting in that much of effort. So I advise them that hard work will take you where good luck will find you. It is not only luck. Luck is because of the hard work which you put in. So one of the problems which I feel the present generation has is कि वो अपनी जो real ability है उसको रियलिस्टिकली वो नहीं समझते, एवेल्यूएट करते. यू सी, ऑल ऑफ अस एज यंग बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स हैव द टेंडेंसी टू ओवर एवेल्यूएट देयर रियल एबिलिटी. Everyone thinks that one can become an IAS or IPS or this or that. Everyone cannot become IAS and IPS because of various reasons. All of us have unique personalities, unique learning abilities, and that uniqueness makes you different. Somebody can be a great computer scientist, somebody can become a great administrator, somebody can become a great engineer or a great management CEO. You can back. So different people have different abilities. One should assess one's ability realistically to pursue that goal which they can actually fulfill. Now, the kind of suicide which happened in Kota and the otherwise also young boys and girls driven to frustration and taking the ultimate step to end their life, that is because they are pushed by their parents, the peer, the teachers, students, others, everyone in the societal pressure is such that they are forced to do what they cannot do. So my advice to them is that please assess your personality and your abilities more realistically. You don't have to become an administrator only. Now there are more than 30,000 professions, and in today's world anything you do well, do it to the best of your ability, that can become your profession. It is so simple. There are people who are making millions by putting suitable reels. There are people who are traveling and their traveling blogs are doing wonders. There are others who are all kinds of things. So why stick to this fixation with IAS and IPS because of their authority and power and what you see? But please realize, I know a large number of retired IAS officers and others who are IPS officers who are in service, and I have realized that except for a short tenure of district magistrate or deputy commissioner, most of their time is spent as a routine administrative job of a clerk. That is why in good old days they used to be called babus, and this is also a fact that the steel frame which it was made out to be has gone rusted. We don't have those kind of officers which the British gave us, the ICS and others, and it is all because of devaluation of our systems. My advice is that your inherent merit, synthesize it with your human values. Human values of, for example, humility. Humility is the mother of all virtues. Now, if you are bright, good, intelligent, sharp, then if you are humble along with that, you will be able to do much better in any profession or anything which you take up. So I feel you are blessed. You are living in that kind of time that you can achieve anything. But you can't have everything. There's a difference. You can have anything you want, but you can't have everything. So decide as early as possible in your life what you want out of life. Be very clear. And please remember Steve Jobs' definition of success. He said success is when you find what you love. And it is not only, you see, ultimately you are chasing happiness. What you want is happiness. You cannot get happiness by becoming so and so becoming a general, for example, or becoming somebody else. You can't do that. It is what you love to be, and if you are that, if you get that, then you are successful.
Why they want to join the civil services? Do you think there is a frustration in the corporate world or in the private sector?
You see, the burning out of the young CEOs at the age of 40, one is that the kind of hard work and effort and expectation by the corporate world is such that you are, every ounce of your energy is squeezed and you have to prove yourself every hour. Not on daily basis, but every hour you are expected to prove yourself. Now here they see the red light on the vehicle and the authority, and one can please people, one can do lot of things, and one, you see, discussion, policy making, these kind of things. But my advice to you, if you are confident of yourself, if you are sure of your ability, then test your abilities and do wonders. You don't have to become an IAS or IPS officer to prove yourself. So, professional engineers or doctors or any media, anything, lawyers, you do your best. You see, the point is, if you decide that this is something in which I can be the best in the world, if you have any such thing in which you can be the best in the world, then why not try out that rather than going for something like this.
कर्नल चीमा, इससे पहले कि हम लोग इस इंटरव्यू को कंक्लूड करें, मैं एक एडवाइस आपसे चाहता हूं कि जो यंगस्टर्स हैं, जो कम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम्स दे रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर बहुत सारा स्ट्रेस है, चाहे वो सिविल सर्विसेज हो, चाहे वो मेडिकल हो, या फिर दूसरे कम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम्स हो, वो बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रेस रहते हैं सर. क्या एडवाइस आप उनको देना चाहोगे कि वो स्ट्रेस से थोड़ा सा दूर रहें और स्ट्रेस कम कर पाएँ?
देखिए, सबसे पहले बात यह है कि इफ़ यू आर ऑथेंटिक, रिमेन हु यू आर, remain what you are. Trying to change your personality to another person, you see, you can learn from others. You can get good values, and whatever they are teaching, we can learn from greats. It is a good idea. But trying to become like somebody else and trying to achieve because so and so has achieved this, I also want to achieve that, that is not required. You are absolutely a unique human being, blessed with, of course, maybe 88-90 billion neurons in your brain. You are made unique. There is nothing, nobody in the earth out of 800 crore people like you. So you have your unique strengths. Understanding your unique strengths, working on those unique strengths, and achieving what you can with your capabilities. Some people have by DNA in their, you see, the personality is sum total of the nature and nurture. Some people get something in their heredity which is not there with you. Maybe you have something different, that person has something entirely different. So depending upon the heredity or DNA what you have received and how you are nurtured over the period, your personality will be shaped. So please try and assess what your personality is, understand yourself, know yourself by asking yourself every day. Self-dialogue, as a matter of fact, dialogue with the self is the best way of knowing yourself. Once you know yourself, then you will also realize that this is your weakness, this is your shortcoming, and you cannot work on that. There is not enough time to keep working on that shortcoming. Rather, realize and understand what is your strength. Start working on that strength. And overthinking is the problem of this generation. Overthinking is misuse of imagination. Misuse of imagination. You keep imagining this will happen, then that will happen. I assure you that 7 or 8 out of 10 things which you are afraid of will never happen.
This was Colonel Cheema, and we discussed in detail the career building, the challenges, how to age gracefully, how to lower the stress, and how to teach oneself the management, how to learn management, the time management. Do not stress much as the life is more precious than anything else.
Absolutely.
So, Colonel Cheema, thank you for your time. I hope that the advice and suggestions given by you will be beneficial to the youngsters and people from all walks of life, as you also discuss the aging gracefully and the challenges being faced by us in the later stage of the last and stage of our life, when we are stressed, when everything slows down. So keep on watching Talk Space. Thank you.
All the best
Thank you.
to all the viewers. Thank you.